What's up, y'all? Dark Show TCG here, back with another video, and today I got for you this OP-12 post-ban Doffy list. I've been seeing people talk about this leader on the timeline on Twitter a lot, and I'm kind of thinking like, yo, you know, is this deck kind of good now, or is he good again? With the bans he took a while ago with the Jinbei hit, and then with other leaders just outperforming him not having that good of a UP matchup, especially without Jinbei, this leader sort of fell to the wayside. But now I think he's kind of making a resurgence, and people are like looking at him again, especially since like the UP ban, and you know, we're kind of in a jungle format again. Everything's undiscovered, so people are testing everything. Long story short, this leader is seeing some usage, and I wanted to sort of hop in on the hype train and see what he's about. And the deck is still a pretty competent play 2 bodies a turn deck, while also, you know, not having to play characters from hand to be able to build a board. Being able to use your leader ability and playing your, you know, your strong bodies like Weevil, Boa, Law, and then Moria to get you more resources feels really good. Having cards like Law and Jozu to help give you your resources back while also removing a body on their board feels really good. Being able to play Pudding and then Perfume Femur as unblockable to help close out games and give you a good strategy. Like putting your opponents to 0 really matters as this leader, because then you can just Femur them for game. Pudding is like a silver bullet against greedy decks. It can also like mess up a lot of people's like turns and planning, so you know, it's always good to have you know, a deck that can play Pudding. And then just being able to run a lot of 2Ks, being a 5-life leader in this format pays dividends, just because there's just a lot of random rogue running around, and in general 5-life leaders usually have the edge in a random form and rogue formats. So you know, this is just Doffy, guys. This is just, you know, stack your deck, swing 7, play your guy. We got the swing 8 leader running around, Zoro, but I think Doffy just might be able to put out enough pressure to go against that leader, especially with like the chump blockers. Maybe you can include more chump blockers in the deck to play against Zoro. I haven't really tested that matchup yet, but this is just like a list to get you guys started, you know, get some games in and find out what tech works for you. After playing a few games though, I do have like another list that I'm sort of thinking about playing. So we dropped the Jozu a little bit and we're running more removal. We also added in this 8-cost Luffy as like a finisher, and we removed the Law 2K, just because we already have Pudding for hand control and the deck already runs a decent amount of counter, and I wanted to have more tech options. So we have like still the Jozu's in, but we reduced them down to 2, as well as removing the Law 2Ks. We have put in the Red Rock for some annoying top end cards, put in the Gravity Blade mainly for like the green decks. Your deck already does really well into like Rayleigh because of this card and this card. And then if they like Jet Pistol or Mulgun your 6K body or whatever, sure, you'll just play 2 more guys, you know. Yeah, no, this is what I'm thinking about like testing. If I do were to test this leader a little bit more teched out, I think you guys can, you know, figure out what you want to test on your own. I've seen 3000 Worlds running around. Maybe you can run Sables. It's also searchable off of Sengoku, you know, for Spud for the GP Luffy matchup. You guys can run 7-cost Doflamingo as well in that case for like that matchup. Your deck kind of just loses to Buggy, but Buggy isn't a known quantity now. Maybe he can be, but I don't see anyone testing or talking about Buggy. There's too many things to play. And I also feel as if that Sokka can't like remove this deck every turn, because like Lucci was struggling to remove things against this deck. However, that was when this deck had Jinbei, so you know, take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, I think Doffy is very interesting to test right now. If you guys missed playing him, I know Wimmy for sure missed playing him. So shout out to her that she's able to play her favorite deck again, and I think you guys might have a good time playing this deck again. That's enough yapping for me. Enjoy the games, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Doffy in the comments, and you know, see you guys later. All right, first game, we're up against Vegapunk. We choose first. We keep our hand because we have like a Scry. We also have 2-cost Teach in hand. Law isn't really useful in this matchup because everything is 5, but it's still just like a potential body. So they start off with Atlas because of course they have Atlas opening hand. I won't be able to clear that unit by battle until I go down to like 2 or 3 life. I think because of that, we're thinking about doing Teach, but nah, man, I think we should just do the I think we should just do the Weevil here. Draw a card, get a body on board for free. And unfortunately they hit Lilith. This is kind of like the trap with Doflamingo into Vegapunk matchup. Is if they don't have any rested bodies, you can't, you know, trade into their bodies, and then that allows them to trade into yours. I'm gonna give him a pudding here. He's gonna trade that. We just give him another pudding here, or another body, so we can keep this body live. Kind of don't want to give him the pudding actually. Vegapunk needs a bunch of cards, but I think I ended up giving it to him anyway. Yeah, I probably should have given him like a 2K or the Law. I actually should have just given him the Law. Keep the pudding, just so that, you know, his hand isn't super good. Yeah. Honestly, it should just be like play Piranha, play Law, bounce back his Lilith so that he has like less on board to throw Emmy with and just like not swing anything. I kind of like this stack. Weevil just to draw me more cards, and then Sora's gonna be draw the 2K, play Weevil on the next turn, draw 2K, and then we'll just like draw Sengoku or something like that. But we're just gonna play Law, bounce back our 2K, bounce back his Lilith, and pass. We don't really need the swing bodies right now, especially since like his Luffy's up there. And like here's where I regret like putting back that pudding, or like countering with the pudding. So they plays Vegapunk blocker, just checks top 5. Plays a scientist, but because I have 3 characters, he doesn't discard a card. Normally that Vegapunk would have you discard a card when you play it, but Doffy is a go wide deck. Now they're thinking about what to do with the rest of their Dawn. It should probably just be like play another character. And yeah, they already healed. I think they healed the Luffy last turn, so they can just like heal or play another character again. We need the cards in hand. Yeah, it's a buggy 2K. And then they play Shaka. They have stage, so they're gonna untap. Oh, they don't even need to untap the lady. Well, this gives me something to swing into. Yeah, that was kind of a mistake. Now I get to play on my body. Unfortunately, the next thing is the Sengoku. So I'd have to do some scrying. It honestly doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna swing and develop another body. I really wish I had like a chump blocker here. We should just play another 4 cost. Just to fill up the board, right? And then the positive thing about having this body here, the rested one, is that like we can give cards to like make him not counter, but to make him swing at it, right? Because the more he commits his board, excuse me, and listen to me not taking my own advice, but the idea behind wanting him to commit multiple swings to that body is like the more he commits his board, the less he can like untap. So it would be really good for him to just like do that, clear that unit, and then just pass and then untap. The Vegapunk matchup in a lot of cases, especially if you're an aggro deck, is just play a game of chicken with your board, right? Because Vegapunk plays like 2 cards a turn, but he doesn't have a way to like recur resources. He gets his resources out of life, but if I'm not really hitting life, then it doesn't matter. So here, let's just do this. Do that. Play it over the little guy. Pass. No point in swinging into those bodies because they can't be KO'd right now. So I have counter. He can just like stack a bunch of Dawn actually. So I'm not gonna take this first 7. I have cards in hand anyway. Bro, a gravity blade would be insane. I really want to put some gravity blades in this deck, especially with like Bonnie and Zoro being things. I think maybe the deck can afford to play it. So they played a 5-drop Luffy KO one of my Weevils. They were played over one of their Atlases that swung, and then once again they're trying to like race me. But they keep tapping bodies, and then now because I have less life than them, I can threaten their Atlas and like get cards from their hand. Not sure why I attacked into their face first, but they gave me 2 1Ks. So we both kind of misplayed there. I guess me attacking face, I wanted to get out that Luffy. But now with all this Dawn, it's just gonna be like Boa. And then just like attack the Atlas. Give me a Dawn, attach 1. Use card action, play the Boa over the Rusted Weevil. We see that Femur, so we kind of want to keep that Femur so that we can just get around like double Shaka or whatever. And then he also has like Dawn active for like the 1-cost event, so we don't really need to commit too much Dawn here. Yeah, our board's full, so we're gonna threaten the Atlas. If he's smart, he'll let it go because he only has 4 cards in hand. I'm gonna do a cheeky 5 at face here. If he does the quote-unquote free block, then I'll just threaten it with an 8, and then I'll get like an event out of hand by hitting into the Shaka. And if he takes, then he clears like one of my bodies, right? So he clears the blocker. I guess he's gonna try and kill me next turn, but I just have too many cards in hand for him to kill me, especially with only 2 swings. Now we hit 8 here because another win condition of ours is like put him near 0, force him to use his blockers next turn anyway. Yeah, that wasn't stacked, by the way. He just had that trigger, so it's Vegapunk. The deck plays like 50 triggers anyway, right? So it doesn't matter. He's gonna swing 6. We're gonna give him a 2K. Because once again, like, we can't die with like all of this counter in hand, especially if he commits that swing to board. Yeah, he uses that Luffy anyway, draws a card. He uses it on the Law. I'm not sure why he does Law since Law doesn't threaten him. I would have done just a Boa. Now he puts Rayquaza. He doesn't have a Shaka engrave, but he has that Egghead Vegapunk engrave, which can be very annoying. But that also means he goes down to 0 life. So if he goes down to 0 life without using his blockers, he doesn't know I have a Femur, but I have Femur in my stack. So 9 into the Moria. We let that go. And he shouldn't just attack with this Shaka. He should like play another blocker or something. He plays Lilith. Lilith grabs another Shaka. Unfortunately, he used leader ability already to put that event in life. So I know he has 1K. And then what are you going to do here? Still waiting on my opponent. Plays another Lilith. Okay, cycle a brick. Why not? And they grab OP-8 Jewelry Bonnie. I think that's the 3-drop Bonnie. Excuse me. So we have a bunch of lines here, but I kind of just want to go for lethal. pretty impatient here. I technically don't have to go for lethal, but I'm super behind. He has like 4 swings next turn. I can play behind 2 blockers and a bunch of counter, but I need to like actually advance the game. So we're gonna do 7 at him. See what he does. Blocks, lets it die. Okay. Now I think we should do another 7 with the boba, maybe an 8. Or do 7 with leader. We don't use leader ability because I know it's femur on top. If he takes here, he just dies this in Goku search femur. And we actually could have like stacked our deck so that femur would have been the next card instead of this law blocker, which I think you should pretty much always do, if you're, especially if you're playing towards like getting your opponent down to 0. So yeah, so we have Sengoku search femur on our boa. Our opponent doesn't even play another blocker, so we give the boa unblockable, and then they just concede. little shame concede, going down to 0 against Doffy. I guess people forgot that Doffy has femur. So anyway, we'll move on to the next game. All right, this game's gonna be against Koala. They chose to go second. We chose to go first. I don't really like this hand. I'm looking for like Perona. We see Perona or Teach really. We see a Teach in the stack. I don't like this stack, but I do like being able to have a Law / Boa. So I kept the Teach as my draw. So I'm gonna do Teach. Probably put Boa at the top because it's a 6K. And then it allows me to swing 8, and we just bottom stack this. Like these laws are not super useful because of power creep, and a lot of cards are like plus costed now. And law doesn't say bounce an original costed 4 or less, so womp womp. We hit the Koala. They swing 5 into us. They're not Nami, so we can just take the life. Also, another thing is like we're able to play around the Robin pretty well. So top stack, we see a Weevil. You can play that this turn, and then we'll just draw the Law 2K next turn. Maybe the chump blocker feels good. Oh, okay, we just do the 2K. That KOs a 4 cost, so we gotta attack with this first. Do 7. Get it. He decides to KO the Teach. Sure. We have a Weevil coming up. So another 7 at him. Yeah. I kind of want to record some more games of this deck. So there might be like a part 2 coming out with like a different list, but like towards in the intro, there should be some different like deck lists that I want to try. So my opponent plays another hack, leaves up 2 Dawn. I still have this pretty nice board. Because they have that hack, I'm deciding not to just like commit Dawn to my swings too much, because I'm just like, he's just gonna block and KO something anyway. He doesn't block and KO anything. I have 3 Dawn. Yeah, no, so if I like didn't commit the Dawn on the Boa, I would have been able to play another 4 drop, but now I have to like commit the Dawn to like one of these bodies just to pressure the Koala a little bit more. So my mistake, I should have done like 6, 6, 7, play a 4 drop, right? And if anything, it should have been like play Law. Which now I'm just like imagine, oh, I don't even have a stacker. Right, this would have been blind-ish. No, this would have been blind. Still, like, leader ability, potentially play a 4 drop is still nutty. And then play Law, bounce back my 2 guys. Oh, boom, I would have hit a Crocodile. But this is still good. We're gonna draw this, probably stack the Weevil. Draw another 2K. Draw that for turn, play Weevil, draw that. And then we'll draw Boa for turn after. That's another thing about Law. Law doesn't also have to hit your opponent characters all the time. He can hit your own characters just to refill your hand a little bit. So they play Dragon into another hack. So pretty much the same thing as last turn. Low committal swings into the opponent because the hack is just going to blow up one of our bodies anyway. I'm counting, so we have like leader ability. Okay, so now like this law gets to swing and threaten our opponent. It gets the hack and the hack trades into the weevil, but like the law still sticks now and we got that swing out of it. Like we got our value from the weevil, so I'm not upset that they did that. And we're just gonna play another weevil. Should probably just Moria, grab weevil. Or boa. Yeah. And we don't mind, like, if they robbing us, 6 cost robbing us and make us pitch 2 cards, we'll just pitch Jozu Weevil. We'll pitch the bricks. Or we can pitch like double law blocker. Or law blocker Jozu. But the chump blocker is useful in this format. Just because there's like not a lot of removal. They swing 5 at me. Kinda don't want to go down to 2 life. And then potentially have that 8 swinging into me, but they're just gonna trade into the board anyway. Are they gonna play their 3rd hack, their 4th hack of the game? They play Koala, search a Kuma, play another Koala, search a Robin, have 2 Dawn up. So no hack, meaning I don't have to be worried about like my body's dying, so I can commit Dawn. For thinking. So honestly, I think I can just do bare swings and then just play 2 guys, because I can play, or 3 guys rather, because I can boa, stack the top, play a guy, and then attach Dawn to leader, play another guy, and then play a 3rd guy. So we see femur. We're gonna stack this top here. We definitely want femur. We're gonna leader ability next. Give the Dawn. Swing 7 at him. Get this. Probably just grab counter, because we just have enough guys. And then just play this, draw our femur. And now we have like 2 bodies active, 5 bodies in play. Sure, the opponent can play and clear 2. Okay, I lied. They're gonna clear a lot with the Ursa Shocks. Swing 7 into the weevil. We let it die because we're gonna protect 2 bodies here. We have counter in hand. And then the opponent's hand should be like Kuma or Robin or something like that. We need to protect our board so we can kill them. If not this turn, the next turn. I know it's Kuma Robin, so I know that they have 1k in hand, so we can just like math out this lethal. 7. We should do 9 here, because it's like it's impossible for them to counter out, but I guess we're just playing it risky. And boom. So it wasn't Robin Kuma, it was like Robin Momo, I guess, and then life was like Robin 1k. Yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.